Okay, perfect. All right. So, first of all, you guys, I want to say welcome. I'm excited to share with you how to enroll customers, how to upsell volume, and all of the things. I know when I first started, it was a little slow for me. My first month, I signed 2 customers. We did not have boards, we didn't have hacks, we didn't have the training and resources we have available in boards now. So I'm going to go over a little bit about that at the end, but first, I'm going to introduce Crystal. Crystal, if you want to share actually a little bit about your story, like why you started and what it's kind of looked like for you a little bit over the last like year or so, and then we'll dive into
Okay.
your enrollments because you're like a top enroller within our team. You have been month after month. In Canada, you're a top 30-day drop signer, which is a pack that is our most popular pack. So tell your story and then we'll dive into the Q&A.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Crystal. I'm a diamond leader. I started this business about 2 years ago. I started using the products first before I started selling the products. I ended up having a gallbladder surgery and ended up gaining a bunch of weight and just have unhealthy guts. So I signed up and got myself back in check and my health back in order and lost my first 35 pounds on the product. So it was really easy to, after seeing my results, to work the business. It was pretty slow for the first year of me working my business. But I actually had to retire from my career of 24 years as a healthcare assistant. So I was like, I don't really want to go back to work and work shift work, or I want to be at home. I want to be with my older kids. I'm a grandma now, so I want to enjoy all the Gigi moments and traveling to go see my granddaughter and all the fun stuff. So yeah, I started working really hard and jumping out of my comfort zone probably about 8 months ago. Really started jumping out of my comfort zone and made it diamond in what, 6 months, I guess, ruby to diamond. Not even. Yeah, I can't remember how long it was. So yeah, that's a little bit of my story.
Which I love. And I know that everyone's journey is different. Crystal got her results before. I didn't start using the results until, or sorry, using the products until I was 5 months into the business and didn't get any results. So everyone's journey is different. If you haven't used the products or you haven't gotten your results yet, just know that you can still absolutely promote with confidence. Our ingredients are amazing. We've clinically backed, obviously clinically backed products, and then so many results photos, and Crystal's got amazing results as well. We're going to talk about that in a second. So since you jumped in, what are like the 3 main ways that you sign your customers?
So my 3 main ways is my results, like posting my results. I post my results every second day, every third day. I'm always on my stories showing what products I'm taking. So I get a lot of my customers from my stories. I go back in the next morning, and I go through my stories and I message all those customers that looked at my story, that me taking whatever products I'm taking. And I just say, hey, thanks so much for viewing my story on my routine, my daily routine. Are you interested in a little info about how my routine goes? And usually I get a yes, and then we chat from there. Host a post, always host a post. Don't ever stop doing host a post. And my just my page in general. So those are the three places.
And I am the same. Like I mentioned before, we had host a post. Mine was we didn't have stories yet when I started. It was just posts. So as long as you're consistent, like she said, every 2 days, every 3 days, she's posting results. She's talking about the products she's using and all those kinds of things. You're reaching out to the likes and comments. If you're consistently posting, you're always going to have new people to message that are seeing it. So I love that. And then I know you have your results, but how long did it take you to actually post your results and be brave and share your before and afters?
It took me 6 months to post my first results. Took me 6 months. I was very nervous, but you know, I got so much good. Like I don't even think I got anything bad when I post my results. Everything's positive feedback, and people need to see that the products are working. It's very important, I think, for results to be posted, whether it's your results, whether it's like we all have like our clients' results that we share amongst the teams. Those are very important to put up because people want to see that this is working for people and all different types of people, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah.
know when I started, I was really thin before, so I was actually skeptical of joining the business because I was like, who's going to want to buy, weight loss products from someone who's skinny? But then I gained 60 pounds with my daughter. But then also realizing that there's so many different body types, and it's not always about weight. One of the first
Yeah.
products that I used was my hair growth, using the hair growth vitamin. That was like the second product that I used and got results with. So even if you're doing like skincare, hair, um, all the different products that we have to offer, you can get your own results with anything. And as long as you're showing yourself using them, how you're feeling on them, of the things that it's changing and giving you, I think that's super, super powerful. Okay, so when you message someone from your post or your story or host a post, can you kind of guide us through like how you start it, how you have your conversations?
So so say somebody messages me about 30-day drop on my results post. I will go in and I'll voice note first, always voice note, introduce yourself, cut like make it, I don't know, more personal. So I'll go in and say, hey, so and so, thank you for the comment on my post. Are you looking for a little bit of info? And then they'll either say yes or no. And then I send another voice note. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna send you over some info right now. And then I send in a script, like our script. So how it works is how I do it is I voice note script, voice note script. So I always try to make in between my scripts make it personal. So, and then they know they're talking to a real person. It's not always the script and script and script. You get to know them on a personal level and their goals and what they would like out of their whatever, right? So yeah, I always make sure it's script or sorry, voice note script, voice note script.
And
It
I know
took
you
me a
said you
while
didn't.
to get into that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I know that you didn't voice note for a long time, and it was one of the things I was like, I recommend sending voice notes so people can hear you because you're right, especially if you're doing host to post, they don't know you. So when it is a script, they're like, is this a real person? Is this legit? And as soon as they can hear a person's voice, it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
I'll send you some info. Here's information. Do you have a health or weight loss goal in mind to feel your best? Yes, I'm struggling with XYZ. People are more prone to open up to you too when they can hear you.
Hmm.
And then, like you said, you reply in a voice note back. Like, I totally understand. I struggle. I gained X amount of weight, or I struggled because I had to have my surgery and I wasn't able to be active. And then you can relate and be like, I'm looking for people who want to use the products and I'm giving my discount. Do you want me to send you over pricing options? However, that you want to personalize it, I think voice notes, especially in the day and age of technology, are so important.
Yeah.
Copy paste posts are great. They're a guideline in our scripts, but also customizing them because people are people, right? And we
Yeah.
deal with people all the time. Okay, so are there certain like host to post that you use that you have the most success?
So the host of posts I use all the time is the gummy and Thermophyte X. Um, and I hop in, like if say somebody comments, I go hop in with 30-day drop. I don't even hop in with the gummy and the Thermophyte X. I just go to 30-day drop. So that is what I call my 30-day drop hack. It's very easy to go from the gummies to the Thermophyte X to the 30-day drop. So yeah, that's my secret to that.
I love that.
Post
And
to post.
And that's my favorite host to post too. I lead with the gummy and Thermophyte X. And then once we get into the conversation, you guys, this is where everyone's different in the way that you're talking. Normally when they're like, yeah, I want to get the combo, I'd be like, perfect. Hey, for for $4 more, because $4 or $8 more, you can actually get our whole 30-day drop system, which comes with 2 extra full-size products. Did you want to do that this month to maximize results? And most people are like, oh, frick, it's only, yeah, I think it's $8 more. Yeah, sure. Let's do that this month. And then you're getting them using more products and they can find the ones that they like. And odds are people are always going to order at least 2 of those, if not the full system every single month, because the results are absolutely amazing. So I love that you just like, when you told me that today when we were taking notes, I was like, really? You just like go right to the 30-day drop? Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, just go for it.
Yeah. Just hop right in.
Yeah. Um, so when we were chatting, I said, how often do you sign customers like the same day that you message them, like the first time? And again, I was surprised by your answer, but so what's your like, when you're chatting with someone, they're going to be signing, and if they don't, like, what are your steps?
So a lot of the times they sign that same day. Like it's not like within like the few hours of our conversation, they'll come back and they'll be like, okay, you sold me. Let's sign up. Um, I do follow up the next day if I've sent them the info and the cost and everything and they still haven't gotten back to me, I'll just give them time to think the next day. I'll send a message, hey, just checking in. Did you have any questions for me about the info I sent up above, or are we ready to get started? And usually they'll sign. I do Friday follow-ups every Friday. I throw out and I go into my haps and do my follow-ups, and anybody who I take screenshots, so anybody who I didn't get a chance to follow up with in my stories, I'll follow up with them on Fridays. Also, it's so month end, I do a huge 1 week follow-up. I go through all my haps, and I'm talking like I go back to January or however far back I can go back, and I follow up with all those haps. Um, I think it's important for us to start our follow-ups the week before, like the week of, I guess the week before month end. It gives you time to message all your people without being blocked, because that can happen. If you have a busy month and you got a lot of follow-ups, you will be blocked if you message too many people. So yeah, it just gives me that time to be able to, yeah, reach everybody without being in trouble in Facebook jail.
I think that that's important too, because a lot of us will leave it to the last, like, three days left in the month, 2 days left in the month. Oh, I didn't hit my goal. Now I'm going to work really, really hard. But if you're working really hard through the month, not like if you're being consistent daily, posting stories, host to post, your funnel is building. Crystal's got a really good signing rate. Like, for her to get her customers in the first day or second day, that speaks volumes, because that's not very, very common. So again, she's sending her voice notes, she's backing it up with her own personal results, so she's got like that personal connection there even stronger, and that's why I think it builds trust with people really, really fast. Plus they can go and scroll back on her page and see, okay, she's using the product, she's consistent, she talks about it, like obviously she knows what she's talking about. So it kind of all ties together, and that's when you're going to get those customers signing quicker. And when they don't, she's still making sure she's being consistent. Follow up Friday, check in with everyone all month long. She's still doing the same thing. And then at the end of the month, she's reaping all the benefits of all the work that she's done this month, last month, month before. Because sometimes people have to wait for the payment align. They have to wait until, oh, I'm busy during summer. I don't know how many times I got that this month and last month. I'm going to start after summer, or once the kids go back to school in September. So the work that you're doing now is setting you up for success next month, the month after, all those things. So I love that. And you're giving yourself time to do it, so you know that that's your system, like that works for you. So I love that. Okay. And then getting a date. I know that was one of the things that we talked about too. Like Crystal, we were chatting earlier that she said, like, if someone says they have to wait until their pension comes at the end of the month. For me as a mom, I know a lot of people wait till their child tax credit goes through on the 21st. So if someone says, oh, I can't right now, just saying, that's totally fine. I completely understand. When works for you? And I'll save your discounted spot in my calendar. If you guys get any tips from tonight, take that tip away from me, because
Yeah.
it's huge. And people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, next Friday is my payday. So then you don't have to follow up with them all the time. You already know when works for them. And then they kind of know to expect a follow-up message from you. And you can fill your calendar with people that are like, oh, after my daughter's wedding next month, or when we finish moving in a couple of weeks. You know, everyone's schedule is different. Fill your calendar so big.
So I have a book that I put like all my like, so I had a couple people say that they couldn't go, they want to do the 30-day drop, but they couldn't till the end of the month. So I go in my book, I write down a time that we're going to get together, the date that we're going to get together, and I tell them that I'm going to follow up with you this day at this time, and we'll get you all set up. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
like
And
an appointment.
organization is key. Then you don't lose people. And as a business owner too, it shows your professionalism that you're, you know, scheduling someone in. And I do mine electronically. So if you're not a pen and paper person, usually I am, but I don't always have my book. Crystal carries hers. Clearly, she has it in the car. But I set all of my reminders in my calendar. My husband's like, your alarm's going off again. And it'll be like, sign up Sally Sue with the cleanse. So I know to message her because, you know, so I'm like, sweet, you know. Um, okay. Okay. So tips. Any last minute kind of tips that you want to share that really you feel like boost your enrollments?
No, there was something I wanted to say. I'm back. So interactive posts on your wall. Those posts that ask questions that get people interacting on your wall. I post at least one or two a week of those. Only because with our draws for our haps, you'll notice that you get the same people that hap. Like you will get, like, as you're adding to your network and stuff, you will get different ones, but usually it's the same people hap putting up haps for you, posting haps. So I always put an interactive post in there. Um, and then I ask people to hap from that post. Hey, cool. Or like, just, I don't know, just personalize it, message them. Hey, cool. Thanks for showing me your picture of your dog or whatever. It's cute, blah, 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 you know. Do you mind helping me out by putting up a post for me or sharing a post for me for my business or however you want to word it? And I get a lot of new people that hap for me doing it that way. I find a new people.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the exact same thing happening. All the same people hosting a post for you over
Yeah.
and over. So if you've hit that market a couple of times, it might slow down. You always want to get new. And so you guys, she's talking about interactive posts that aren't about the business. Like, I love pets. Drop a picture of your fur baby below, or like, what did you have for dinner? I'm looking for meal recipe ideas. Or like, I'm sure you can go and scroll her page and you can see. So ones that get lots of comments, if you guys are ever scrolling your friend's page and you notice one gets a lot, one's like, oh, I just did a Facebook clean out. Comment hi when you see this. That one gets like so many interactives. Then you can go back and message people, say, hey, you know, good to see you on my page. XYZ, da 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 da. Oh, my neighbor's coming over. Um, okay, so I love that tip as well. I'm like, I need to do that because I don't do that. So we got a tip. I got a tip from Crystal today. Um, Okay, and then what else? Interactive posts, and voice note. Like she said, she voice notes those people that
Yeah.
interact, and she asks them to host a post.
And be the product of the product if you can. Honestly, that's completely changed my business, is putting myself, like, ask Jess, I would be so scared to take a selfie and post it on my wall. And now you can't stop. Now I can't stop. Harry's like, you're taking another picture again. Like, how many pictures do you need to take in one day?
It is important though because people see people and they relate with people instead of pictures
Yeah.
of bottles, right?
Yeah.
So much
And like I
more.
said, I have amazing results, and like I can share my results on our Fresh Chat page too if people would like to use them. I don't mind.
Yeah, if you want to send them to me, I can put them in boards because I'm going to go over the scripts and where to find results photos and those kinds of things. I'm going to screen share in a sec. But I know that you said that you were nervous in the beginning, posting pictures, doing your results photos. And I think one of the big things that you grew in was confidence and mindset because you were so
Yeah.
nervous. So, what are some tips that you would give someone who's new or struggles with confidence or just, we're nervous, right?
Yeah. Um, my like self-development and mindset and stuff is a big thing. It's a big thing for our job, but it is a big thing for our confidence and stuff. And I listen to a lot of videos about self-confidence and all sorts of different videos. And then it just got to a point where I'm like, people don't pay my bills. People aren't me. People don't know my life. I don't really care what anybody says. That was my mindset. I just got sick of being shy and I saw everybody else around me doing it. And I'm like, why can't I do it? I can do this. So yeah, it just got to the point where I didn't really care what people thought.
I think that a lot of that probably comes from watching those videos of self-confidence where you get to the point where you're so confident that you're like, why does it matter? I'm overthinking it. And I know
Hmm.
you do your affirmations each day. So like you're telling yourself, I'm confident, I'm capable, I can do this, I can take the picture, like I'm a
Yeah.
successful business owner. Like you kind of got to you have to tell yourself that because your mind's telling you all these things. So you have to literally get it from somewhere else and like
Yeah.
feed that good energy to yourself because I know that's part of your like your everyday too.
My
So
everyday thing. Yeah. So self-development, I don't even go a hop on Facebook. So first thing I do in the morning is I take my aloe on an empty stomach. No. and and I do my self-development and I watch a movie, I write affirmations in a book. So I go through my book and pick a couple affirmations to read and write a new one down. Yeah, so even before I hop on social media, turn on the TV, that's what I do.
yeah, yeah, I love that. Getting your mind in the right, like getting in the right mindset first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last tips before I dive into like the other things?
No.
Well, Crystal, I so appreciate you sharing all your goodies with us. And if anyone has questions and they pop up, you can put them in the chat and we can answer after. I am going to share my screen and I'm going to show you where you can find the scripts for customers, the upsell. You guys can see my screen. Hopefully, I don't freeze. Sometimes I freeze. So if anyone wants to drop in the chat, they can see. Where's boards? So hopefully everyone in here has boards. It's taken a minute to open up. So if I was someone who is brand new, don't bang the window. Sorry, our neighbor, she's little. She broke her arm when she was away camping. She's showing me her cast. Okay, see my screen. Perfect. Okay. So when we go into the fresh board here, and if ever you get a comment on your host post, somebody views your story about the cleanse, the 30-day drop, whatever product you're promoting your host post, you go under product info and script. So I'm going to show you how to have the customer conversation if you're someone who's new. So I'm just going to start right at the Slimming Gummy. And we always start with the intro. I call it like the icebreaker. And you can edit this to anything. Hey, Sue, thanks so much for the support on my post about my Slimming Gummy. Hey, Sue, thanks so much for checking out my story about my Slimming Gummy or for commenting on Jen's post about my Slimming Gummy. Like it's always the exact same message. You're interested in info. They checked it out. It's just essentially one, they can ask questions, or two, it allows them to just say yes. So odds are they're going to say yes. Okay, great. This is what the gummies do. Do you have a health or weight loss goal in mind to feel your best? I always love asking this question because people come back with why that they're wanting the product. I'm a mom and struggling to lose weight. I have lack of energy. I'm bloated, whatever product you're talking about. And then always ending your conversation in a question is guiding the conversation to the point where they're ready to order. So you'll see that as we go through these steps. So if Sue said, yeah, I just can't get rid of this stubborn pinchable fat around my midsection. I want to lose like 10 pounds. I'd say, I'm a mom. I totally get, the feeling of being stuck. I'd love to help. So these scripts are just guidelines of what to say. Always personalize them if you're able to. I'm looking for a few people to do a review. I'm giving my wholesale discount. Would you be interested? And I can send price with the savings. People always curious. Yeah, I want to know how much it costs. So then you go into the price. Okay, this is how much it is retail. So they know the full cost. They can see how much they save. And then they can choose the membership or the 3-month flex subscription. So for those of you who are brand new, the 3-month flex is 1 order a month for 3 months, and it's flexible. So they're able to switch their product if they want to. They have 1 month that they can skip within that 3-month period. So say that they decided they didn't want to order in September, then November, December, they could, sorry, I'm getting my months wrong. October, November, they could finish their order, okay? So you don't need to explain that to them, but that's what the 3-month flex subscription is. And I love it because they can see the value and then they pick, okay, I want to try the 1 bottle and I'll do the 3-month flex so I can save. Perfect. Okay. It's really simple. I can walk you through ordering on my website, or I can set it up for you, which is easier. For those of you who are new, again, this is a huge, perfect question. I used to send my link to people. I would say, here's my website link. You can go and check it out and let me know how it goes. I recommend never sending your link to someone unless they specifically ask. When I send this question to people, 85% of the time they'll say, okay, great. I'm really bad with technology. I'm really busy. Can you do it for me? Where before I would send my link, they would be really busy or bad with technology and they didn't know how, and they would never go and order. So this way you're providing the customer service, and that and then you can set them up. So again, here's the steps to setting them up. 1 is if you're doing it for them, you just send them the information that you need. Go to your own website link and shop for them. If they want to, there's steps for them to go and order. So you can send them those steps. So I'm going to get into a little bit detail here, okay, for upselling, because I know when I started, I was like, I don't know how to upsell. I don't know how to recommend products for them. If you're someone who's new in the business, always send screenshots to your enroller, especially in the beginning, because they can help with the products that they know will be best recommended for someone who wants to lose 50 pounds, or if they're wanting XYZ or whatever the case may be until you learn. But down here, there is an upsell recommendation at the bottom. So these upsell recommendations are paired with the products that they have. So the gummy, this one's paired with the Thermophyte X, so they can get 2 products. If they're going for 2 products already, my go-to, here's a tip. So if you're doing the 30-day drop to someone and they're like, okay, great, I want to order. I say, okay, perfect. Do you want to add on a bag of the fat burning coffee or the cleanse this month to unlock free shipping? And normally people will say yes. So you just went from the gummies from 30 BV or the Thermophyte X to 80 BV with the 30-day drop, and then they're adding on the cleanse. You're over 100 in volume already, which is huge, because as you work towards those bonuses, you want that higher volume so that you can earn bonuses quicker. So there's an upsell in there. And then for me, you guys, I need to do this more. This option is in here. This is what Stephanie and Joel Dunn ask every time they're going to sign a customer, because you can, like, I started the business, I just wanted the wraps at first. And my girlfriend was like, well, you can get the wraps at the discount as a customer, or you can get the wraps at the discount as a distributor and earn income at the same time. Would that be something you're interested in? Not a lot of people know that you can make money while you're promoting the products. So they're like, oh, shoot, like, I would love that. Especially if you're doing what Crystal and I do. If you're doing the gummy and Thermophyte X host to post, they already want those 2 products. And those are the 2 products that come free in their business kit. So they can get those 2 products for $129 already, and they're making money. So just always recommend that in there. Okay. So say that I go onto my website and someone gives me their information and I'm setting them up. especially now that our membership fee is increased, you want to make sure that they understand what you're doing, because they can't click yes to the terms and conditions. Okay. So again, your enroller is going to walk you through this. If you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot, how am I going to remember? Just follow step by step. They'll walk you through it, and I promise you're going to get the hang of it in no time. But so if I go and set someone up, I put their information in, I get to the final review page, and I take a screenshot of their products with the total of their order, and I send it to the customer so they can make sure that I spelled their shipping address right. And say they told me they wanted the 3-month flex. I send them the screenshot with this part. This is your total with shipping and tax, agreeing to 1 order a month over 3 months to get the discount. I'm so excited. Does your info look good? They have to say yes. Then you click submit. So you just want to make sure that this part's understood, because they're not agreeing to the terms and conditions. You're doing it for them. And then you send them step number 9. So you follow step by step. So it's on its way, 3 to 7 business days. We're going to check your tracking if you want to. This is your email, and then whatever password you made for them, blah, blah, blah. And then adding them into our Fresh and Fit page, which is right here. If you guys aren't in this Fresh and Fit page, there's 365 recipes, more, there's workouts, there's health tips. So if you want access to those, you get them for free, but your customers also get them for free as well. So you just have to add them in there manually, and they get all those goodies. So after someone is like, okay, awesome, thank you, I'm so excited to get started, ask them to host a post. This kind of continues the flow of getting more potentials. If they just bought product from you, odds are they're going to post for you, and that customer can also get you extra customers. Okay, so this little part right here that says, oh, I'll just scroll down. So if they ever ask for the list of ingredients, it's always at the bottom of the page. And then there's a little extra information. I don't send any of this unless they specifically ask for more info. So just keep it nice and simple, only answering the questions that they ask, and then you walk through those steps for enrolling. Okay. So any questions about the customer conversation? I just want to see. Anything that anyone's feeling stuck with in their customer combos before I reshare my screen? We're going to be done here in just a couple minutes, but I have 2 more important things that I want to share. And feel free to unmute yourself too if you want to type anything in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So a lot of the times, you guys, once we start these customer conversations, like I said, Crystal's got a really good signing rate. Oh, why won't this move over for me? Doesn't matter. But for the most part, you know, it takes an average of, I read this on our Zoom the other day. It's like 2% of people usually sign on the first contact. You're giving them information. So if someone doesn't reply after you sent them info, don't feel discouraged and say, ah, no one replied back to me. So many times, there are people that aren't on their phone as often as we are because we work from our phone. So just know that, give them that 24-hour grace period and check in the next day, just like Crystal said she does. I do. Within 24 to 48 hours, you should be messaging them back. Hey, any questions, or is it looking good? Giving that customer service, checking in on your people. So follow-ups is huge. This board right under product info and scripts is all the follow-ups. So right from day number 1 when you talk to someone, on follow-up Friday when you're checking in with them, there's scripts. At the end of the month, there's different scripts. So they're worded to be like, hey, I'm setting everyone up before the weekend. I've got a discount spot open. Are you wanting to get started on that 30-pound goal with the gummies that we talked about? And then again, with month end, say, hey, I'm starting everyone fresh for a brand new month. I'm giving a free gift for month end. They get the frother, right? Is now a better time to get started. A lot of people are like, oh, okay, I need to get started on my health goals. You know, it's a new month. Okay, let's get started. So there's all different follow-ups in here for you guys to use, which is key. You guys got to stay here, Zoe. She's like, can I go over there? Okay. So don't get discouraged if someone doesn't respond right away, especially when it comes to the price. I know that I used to get really nervous when I'm like, oh, great, I told them it was $168 for the 30-day drop, and now they're not responding to me. It's too expensive. People aren't going to tell you that they can't afford it. They're not going to tell you usually that they have to wait until payday. So Friday is normally payday for a lot of people, and that's why you'll get so many more enrollments on Fridays. So just trusting in the process and just following up. You're not bothering people when you're checking in, you're doing your job. Is now a better time for you? If it's not, they might not reply. A promotion pops up next month for 45% off, and then you can reach out to them. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's 45% off on all my whole website. I know we talked about blah, blah, blah. Are you still wanting to work on your goals? So just checking in with people. Crystal says she goes back 6 months. I do the same thing. We're always going to have our business. And sorry, my daughter's just in the window doing hand gestures to me. We're always going to have our business. So we want to make sure we're giving that customer service. If it was me, I would want someone reaching out to me to make sure, hey, are you still wanting to work on those goals? I know that we talked about it and you were struggling a little bit. How have you been doing? It doesn't even have to be business related as well. Okay. So last thing that I want to show you is charts and trackers. Is this the one that, yes, this is the one. So this is our Perks member tracker. So if you're someone who you want to set a goal, if you're someone who's new in the business, 4 customers at a total of 300 in BV is a $67 bonus. So those are unlimited. You can earn $67 bonuses every single week, and just think that's over $200 a month plus commission. So if you're doing this once a week, you're making over $300 a month just by customers alone. And if you're getting host to post up, posting, putting in your story and having those conversations, you can get close to hitting this multiple times if you're being diligent and depending how much time that you have and how much you want to earn. So any questions about that? So I just updated this folder right here. I just wanted to show you, once you do sign customers, residual income, perfect. I'm glad that you're understanding. Yay. So residual income is huge for our business. We can sign a customer up one time, but if we can take care of them and they order over and over and over, we're essentially getting paid for one action. So even though I sign someone with a 30-day drop, and that might be $10 in commissions and helps me get a $67 customer bonus, if they're ordering month after month after month, 10, 10, 10 added onto my paycheck. The first month I sign however many customers. Next month, if I'm taking care of them, they're going to reorder or become distributors. So this perks member folder right here is something that you want to utilize. This folder I use all the time, which I don't think a lot of people know is in here. Customer care is huge. So once you sign a customer, a week after they order, go and check in. Hey, did your product get a chance to arrive? And if they said, oh, it hasn't come in yet, that's okay. We can go in and we can check your tracking for you, or did you want to wait until it comes? Most of the time, people are like, oh yeah, I'll give it a couple more days and then it'll show up. So once they get it, once they get their product, there's a little instructions. Take a before photo, measure. Clients use inches before the scale moves, so just stay consistent. Water is important. So sending them those kind of little tips, and then how to use the products. So if they're like, how do I use this? I don't know how to use it. Download one of these pictures, whatever product that they have, and you can send it on over to them, and all the instructions that they need are right in there. Okay, so once you have someone on subscription, you want to make sure that you set your a reminder of some kind. I set alarms in my phone for a week before. I'll show you my phone, my calendar for this month. So that's what my calendar looks like. All those purple ones are people. So that's when their subscription's going to run a week before their order, so I can check in with them. Hey, how are you loving Here, I'll just click on number 4. Hey, how are you loving your product so far? Less bloating, more energy, looser clothing. How are you feeling? And normally you'll get one of two things. One is, I'm not getting as big as results as I thought. Or they're going to say, I'm absolutely loving the products and they're phenomenal. I lost 8 pounds already, XYZ. So you can relate with their experience and then you can go in for the upsell. And if someone's stuck, I recommend offering a cleanse. You know, their body might not be functioning at their best and they can kickstart their results even further. Or if they're loving their results, they can add anything on if they want to. That's going to be a boost in volume. They're going to get even better results. Okay. So you want to check in with them each month. The reason why is because at their 4th subscription month, they get the product of the month for free. So I'm always excited when my customers get an extra product free. And again, that residual income is paying you month after month. At their 6 months mark, they get a 50% off code. At the 12-month mark, they get an extra product free and another code. So your customers can pay you over and over. And as they get results, even if it's the very first month, is it in here? This one, their 3-month subscription. I offer them the business again because odds are they've posted a post for me. They've loved the products and gotten their results. They might have sent me a referral because I'm taking care of them. So you can get customers from your customers getting results. You don't know how many times I've had people be like, oh my gosh, everyone in my work is complimenting me on my, weight and energy. And Sally's going to be messaging you next week. She wants to get product from you. So those are in there. If one of your clients has a credit card decline, there's a message and then there's steps. There's a little customer care video if you want to watch it. But essentially the rule of the business, you guys, is that our business is simple. We get paid to sign customers. We get paid to sign distributors. And when we're consistent in working our business, post, story, haps each day, follow up. Next day, what do? The same thing. and then we get paid from taking care of our business and watering our seeds as we plant them. So I hope that you guys got value out of this. If there's no questions, I would just say, if you haven't posted about the product today, go and get up a product post so that tomorrow you can message the likes and comments. Go get up a product story so tomorrow you can message all the views and set yourself up for success. Message a handful of people tonight and go and ask them to host a post and get those potential customers rolling. And you know where to get all the scripts that you need, and ask your enroller for help. Always ask your enroller if you're stuck, feeling discouraged, if something's not working. Odds are we've done it. And we know the small little tweaks, like I told Crystal, get your pictures on your page, send voice notes, it helps. All those little things to step out of your comfort zone will bring you more success, and you can totally do it. I am a mass enroller. People come to me who are interested in the products. I'm excited. I change lives. Like, our products are phenomenal. I'm getting better and better with every single step that I take. And just know that you're building a business. It takes time, and you'll 100% succeed if you just keep at it. So thank you everybody for hopping on. And go kick some butt. Follow up Friday is this Friday, by the way, which is prizes. So if you're starting your customer conversations now and bring in a whole bunch of enrollments on Friday, you can win prizes from corporate as well. So I just wanted to drop that.
Yes. I just want to throw something in quickly. I'm going to start going live. I'm pushing myself to start going live on Facebook. I'm not going to be so much about the product, but just hang out, kind of get used to being live. And I know that I think I can have a couple people in live with me. So for anybody who's maybe a little too scared to go live by themselves, we can do it together. I go live on TikTok and I'm not scared there. I don't know why I'm scared on Facebook. But yeah, I need to get over it.
So your first live, Crystal. I know that you said that you've been doing it for a while. So if you need support, I'll hop on with you on your first one too.
Thanks, Jess. But yeah, for anybody else who's nervous or whatever, yeah, you're welcome to come join me.
All right, everybody. Have an awesome night. We'll see you next time.
Good night.